down to doing the chasing at the minute. It seems to be Alpecin Premier Tech, I suppose, are the team that really have to take this on now. And as you say, Lotto Intermarché have riders up there, but maybe they've spent all their matches. Seen them do that once or twice this year. But yeah, you're right, Alpecin Premier Tech.
With Plowright on the wheel of Jonas Geens. Let's see what happens on that climb. But Tim Teutenberg, of course, is sitting at the back of this group, trying to save as much energy as he can. No, he hasn't done anything.
He hasn't been off the back. I'm surprised nobody hasn't been back to have a discussion with him about it.
Tomasz Kopecky putting in the work there for his team leader, for Lukas Kubis. And Kubis, yeah, like you said, he's an underestimated rider. He's always very recognisable, but actually winning a race doesn't happen all that much. He's always up there and thereabouts, but actually winning is not something that he does quite often. So let's see what he does today. He quickly jumped across. He really leaves a good impression. They went on an altitude camp, the Unibet Rose Rockets. Of course, they were not in the Tour de France. So this is a big race for them. And Tomasz Kopecky is the man doing the work. There is Tim Teutenberg, who also looks rather relaxed here.
He looks like he's got a little bit of spare capacity, doesn't he? I mean, big advantage for Lukas Kubis having a teammate in the break.
There goes Wout. Wout on the counter-attack here on the climb. Wout van Aert. So we got the situation here on the final lap. 4 kilometers to go, 6 leaders. That is one lapped rider of Team Novo Nordisk going to the right-hand side of the road. He's being overtaken. He's a lapped rider. This man at the front, Kopecky, initiated this attack for Lukas Kubis. But there is Wout van Aert straight onto that group. But 16 seconds, I think it's a little bit less than that at the moment, isn't it?
It looks a little bit less than that on the road. I think he's got every chance of getting across if he's kind of coming into this race with the fitness that we think he should have, because he's been out of racing for a long time, but he has been at an altitude camp. He's been working pretty hard. That's not a very big gap.
Is that the man with number 1, Søren Kragh Andersen? Yes, indeed it is. And he can barely keep the wheel there.
Kragh Andersen's really been struggling to close that gap. He went with kind of 2 lengths behind Wout van Aert, and it's taken him until now to actually get properly onto the wheel. Of course, he's not going to come through and help, because the last thing he wants to do is bring is help Wout van Aert get across to Tim Teutenberg. But I think they're going to make the junction.
This is remarkable because they have Christophe Laporte up there, but like I said, Laporte has been out of bike racing for over 3 months, so they might not have the utmost confidence just yet in the former European champion. And Wout van Aert bridging across there with, well, it seems like a suffering Søren Kragh Andersen there on his wheel.
Yeah, the gap just keeps opening. I mean, the other thing, of course, for Wout van Aert is he's got one eye on the GC. Because if this group is going to stay away and keep a gap, even if he doesn't win the stage, there's kind of the GC seconds. And as we've said before, this race is often decided by quite a small margin.
And he might also do a lead out for Laporte for the stage win and goes for the time taken towards the GC himself. But they have made the junction. That means that we've got, well, they have not made the junction just yet. I thought they were there, but they're not just yet. 2.7 kilometers to go. We have done our climb here on the local circuit, and there is the junction, meaning we've got 2 riders for Visma with Laporte and Van Aert, 2 riders for Lidl Trek with Søren Kragh Andersen and Tim Teutenberg, 2 for Unibet Rose Rockets with Tomasz Kopecky and Lukas Kubis, and then Henrik Pedersen in green for Unex Mobility and Pierre-André Côté for NSN. But this is of course not ideal. If they start looking at each other, the gap is still only around 15, 16, 17 seconds. Who's doing the work there in the peloton? That would be interesting to see, Michael. They look green.
I'm guessing it's, yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that's Uno X blocking. I mean, it really ought to be Alpecin Premier Tech still, but I agree that the front of that peloton has a very mid-green look to it.
21-year-old Henrik Pedersen, no pro win for him just yet. He has been with the team since 2024 in 5th position there. We see Laporte at the front now with Teutenberg, and they take a little bit of a gap, meaning that Pierre-André Côté has to make amends there. So it's clear, Michael. The orders are clear. It's for Wout.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. There's just this group's kind of got it's got a little bit too big, and I'm kind of expecting the fact that there are riders with teammates here, it ought to be possible to keep this driving, but there's still a little bit too much looking at each other. And 22 seconds, 1.4 kilometres to go.
It should be enough.
It should be enough, but
and the peloton is it's still not there. They still
not there.
There.
And it depends what's happening at the front of the peloton. If anybody's really taking that on, Alpecin Premier Tech back on the front by the look of it.
Christophe Laporte, Tim Thorn-Teutenberg, Søren Kragh Andersen, Lukas Kubis, Wout van Aert, Pierre-André Gauthier, Henrik Pedersen and Thomas Kopecky. They are underneath the Flamme Rouge now for the final kilometre of stage 1 of the Tour of Denmark. We're on a local circuit here in Aalborg. It's Christophe Laporte setting the pace right now for Wout van Aert in 4th position. There's still an awful lot of looking around. They might not be 100% sure, but I think there is a big enough gap. Tim Thorn-Teutenberg there in 2nd wheel, on the wheel of Laporte. All the way at the back, Søren Kragh Andersen. We have Lukas Kubis, of course, with the bunch kick. Now it's Thorn-Teutenberg onto the wheel of Kopecky. Of course, Kopecky is doing the lead out for Kubis, but it is Tim Thorn-Teutenberg finding shelter behind the man from the Czech Republic. Christophe Laporte makes amends with Wout van Aert on his wheel. There is Kubis, Pedersen as well in the green, Pierre-André Gauthier. The peloton will be too late, and there is a sprint for Tim Thorn-Teutenberg and Wout van Aert. Wout van Aert and Lukas Kubis, Wout van Aert. It's Wout van Aert who wins stage 1 of the Tour of Denmark. What a comeback that was.